Alright, so markets just hit the brakes a little after those record highs, and honestly, there's quite a bit going on under the surface right now. Hey everyone, it's Wednesday morning, April 29th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. U.S. stocks pulled back yesterday after hitting fresh records the day before. The Nasdaq dropped about 0.9%, the Standard & Poor's 500 slipped around 0.5%, and the Dow basically ended flat after giving up earlier gains. Now, what really caught investors off guard was news around OpenAI. According to reports, the company is falling short of its own targets ahead of its much-anticipated IPO, and that immediately raised a bigger question. Is the AI spending boom starting to lose momentum? You could see that concern hit the market pretty quickly. Stocks tied to the AI ecosystem like Oracle came under pressure as investors started to rethink just how sustainable this whole AI investment cycle really is. At the same time, we're heading into a huge earnings moment. Yesterday was basically the calm before the storm because today we get results from Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft, and then Apple follows right after. So, yeah, this is a big test for the entire tech narrative. Now, shifting over to energy markets, things got even more interesting there. The United Arab Emirates announced it's planning to leave OPEC, which is a pretty big deal. That adds uncertainty at a time when the oil market is already dealing with geopolitical tensions, especially around the Strait of Hormuz. Oil prices are reflecting that tension. Brent crude is trading around $104 per barrel, and U.S. crude is hovering close to $100. And then, of course, we also had the Federal Reserve kicking off its two-day meeting yesterday. No big surprises expected on rates. The market is pretty much pricing in no change, but all eyes are on Jerome Powell. Investors are really listening closely, especially since his term is coming to an end. So, overall, a bit of a pullback in equities, rising questions around AI, big earnings ahead, and geopolitical tension keeping energy markets on edge. Alright, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. And if you want more insights, just add me on LinkedIn. Always happy to connect. See you tomorrow morning.